Right, another video. I want to talk to you about UFOs, aliens, that phenomena, because I am an experiencer. I don't know how many people know that I am a UFO experiencer. I say I'm an experiencer. I've had really one experience with UFOs, but it was a pretty fantastic experience. It's documented in my book, The Transcendence Manifesto, but don't bother buying that. I will link you to another video. I made a video directly after the incident, and I have a couple of photos, so I'm going to put them in, so don't go anywhere. You'll see a couple of photos of the UFO and it'll be explained maybe in the pit, so I can try and explain what's happening. But yeah, it was an amazing experience, and I just thought I should go over it a bit more and why I think there is such a cover-up. You see, everything in our society is dependent on things like oil. I mean, the dollar, they call it the petrodollar, and you know, the whole system is dependent on things we've created. Now imagine if there was another system, a better system. Imagine if we didn't need oil, we could just create energy then and there on the spot, for example. You know, that would put a lot of people with a lot of big money out of business. I mean, you see, there was a car that actually was classified. It was invented and it run off of salt water, and there's been other people who have come up with these sorts of ideas, and their work has either been classified. They've suddenly said, "Oh, I'm not publishing my work," blah blah blah. So they've either been bribed or actually been killed. There's been cases of people being poisoned and all sorts of bodies turning up of people who've been working on new innovative energy ideas. Their bodies end up floating down a river somewhere, and apparently it's suicide. But you know, it's just very bizarre. But the people who control the world, the real bastards who control the world, they want power. They want to maintain their power. They don't want alien technology coming in. You think how much money there is in cancer, for example. Just that one thing. Our whole system of money is dependent on us not being in contact with a higher intelligence, because a higher intelligence wouldn't suffer the same system as what we are. So that's my disclaimer for this video, and I think I'm going to link you now to, if I can do it, to the next video when I was a lot younger and a lot more fitter, of me directly after when I was in Spain when I was young. That was when I saw this orb descend from the sky. But yeah, very beautiful thing, and also I should say I do believe these things are of some ethereal nature, and I do believe we can communicate with them telepathically, although I'm skeptical to say that, but I really do believe that they can communicate telepathically, and I have my own good reasons for believing that, which I won't go into. But I do genuinely believe that, and I believe that there's a lot of other people out there, Dr Steven Greer being the foremost man who I would recommend going to about that. Yeah, so look up Dr Steven Greer if you're interested in UFOs. I also have on my YouTube channel, if you click the YouTube channel, you'll see playlists, and I've got a lot of different things there. I've got historical things, things to do with anarchism, and I also have a UFO playlist, blah blah blah, socioeconomics. I've got lots of different things on there, so get on there, check that out. You might find some interesting stuff on there. I don't know if there's some dated stuff. I think there might be some videos that have even been deleted by Last American Vagabond, things like that, which I was uploading for a little while on my own channel, but I couldn't be bothered to carry on with that. But yeah, okay, well, hold on a second. The photos will be up, and after that you'll see a video of me talking about the events directly after it happened and everything, what was happening in that area in Spain at that time. So my lovelies, alright, I'll leave you with that then. And yeah, keep your eyes on the skies, because you never know, you might be lucky enough to see one of these things. Beautiful things, yeah, amazing how they move. Okay, take care. Bye now, bye. Right, so this is the photo, or one of the photos that I took of the UFO. First I should start by saying I'm not going to upload that video of me when I was younger, simply on the fact that I do not believe it's relevant, and I didn't know that much about UFOs of that time. But to give some more detail on this UFO, as you can see, it is very dim. It could be anything, but it was an orb and it was floating downwards. Strangely, it didn't, for its size, because it was massive, it didn't give off much light. Okay, we're going to have a look now at some other photos with a bit more explained. Okay, let's flip to them now. Okay, so ideally you want to have your picture turned up on your computer screen. You want to have it at maximum brightness now, and you want to be in a dark room. If you want to make the most of all the details in the photo, that's what you should do. Excuse me. So, of course, you've got the UFO itself in the green circle. The other smaller, less bright lights in the red circles, they are the street lights. You can actually tell that this orb thing, and it is an orb, the only reason it looks distorted is because of a poor photo quality. It looked the same as it is going to in the next photo. In this one, it's just that it's blurred. But if you look, you will see clearly that it is above the mountain line, which I've marked for you, as you can see, with a red line saying mountain top. You can see that this object is clearly above the mountain, and it was heading downwards, as you'll see in the next photo. As to what it was, I am not entirely sure. Didn't give out much light, like I said, but it was pretty massive compared to the mountain. I figure it was quite far away because it seemed to land behind a motorway. Right, we'll go to the next photo now, which is the better photo, and it is the one I took the first photo from, and it will explain more. Okay. Okay, so the primary feature you should be looking at now, other than the UFO itself, because it is perfectly depicted in this picture unlike the first one, the part you should be looking at now is the mountaintop, which you can now see is above the object. This is very far away. This isn't because I've moved, this is because it has moved. It has dropped down in front of the mountain. It wasn't long before this when it disappeared. You'll see a line of lights marked in red, street lights. There's a clear line.
those were actually, that area is a motorway that runs along parallel to that mountain. It disappeared right behind that. I would definitely love to go back and film that area in the day. So there it is, and you can see that the shape, the brightness and the colour all vary from the street lamps. You can also see that it clearly moved from one part to another. Now I wish I'd have got this on video, but at the time I didn't have filming camera. I just had a Canon camera which I used for photos, so that was my first thought, was to take a photograph. But as you can see, it's an odd thing to see just floating down, and then to see it disappear behind a motorway. Anyway, I'm glad I've shared this experience with you, because it's an important part of who I am today and my understanding of the world, because it is a massive game changer for everything. And what it means, I don't really know, but I figure it means that we've been lied to. Anyway, peace and love, my lovely people. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye now. Bye.